Welcome to Last to the Party. I'm Megan, and every week this show makes me feel like I've been watching Bravo my whole life.
I'm Wendy, and every week I'm reminded that I have.
This is Last to the Party, where we talk Bravo. This week we are talking In the City, Episode 8, Caught in the Crossfire, petition for an alternate title to be It's Pink, Bitch.
Part due. I can't believe, you know what I mean? We're still talking about this goddamn pink dress.
Well, I think your tone leads us into the perfect transition to a schedule update about the show. They did reveal that episode 9 next week is the season finale. And Wendy, tell me what you said before we started recording.
Thank God. I mean, I love it, but also I love Bravo as like my throw-on show. When I have to like dissect things for a podcast,
There's not enough.
There's not enough. Exactly. I was like, this whole episode is bullshit into this last dinner scene, you know?
The other bit of information is that according to the IMDb schedule rundown, we are getting 2 reunion episodes.
And to that I say 2?
Yeah.
2 episodes? They did 2 reunion episodes for Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. So how are you getting 2 reunion episodes unless they're really digging into Kyle and Amanda?
Have we not done this enough?
I know. Or they could also be digging into like Danielle and Owen there's a lot of like unanswered questions, but I need to look and see what the seating chart is. Let me Google it real quick. First of all, do you watch the reunion episodes typically?
Depends on the show, but yeah, if I've watched the show, yes.
Okay,
typically.
So who do you think, if we got Andy in the middle, right at the top?
You're going to have Lindsay to the left.
Okay. And who to the right?
Kyle is my guess.
Okay.
And then I would guess to the left of Lindsay, I would put Yvonne and Nick. Mm-hmm. And then either Amanda or Georgina.
Ooh, Amanda that far down?
Yeah, because like on the other side of Kyle, I would put Kenny and Whitney. And then Andrea and Lexi.
Ooh.
And then Katie gets to come in for like a segment.
Friend of the show.
Oh, where are we putting Danielle and Owen?
Oh, yeah.
Danielle and Owen are closer in than Georgina and Andrea and Lexi.
God, are they going to have to double stack these people?
I know, it's a big cast.
Well, I guess we'll know for sure soon enough.
That's right.
I bet they were really tight-lipped considering the leak that came from the Summer House reunion. I bet it was like no phones on set, NDAs signed. I bet they were all over that shit this time.
Well, let's get into episode 8, Caught in the Crossfire.
Before we do that, can I also just mention that Summer House was nominated for an Emmy?
Oh, yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Breaking news.
What do you think about that?
Is that the first time?
I don't know. Other than like, because I believe Top Chef was also nominated. It's like unscripted reality TV is the category.
It is the first nomination for Summer House.
Oh, for Summer House. Was Vanderpump Rules nominated season 10 or 9 when the whole Scandival thing happened?
Yes, in 2023 and 2024, Vanderpump Rules was also nominated. The last time Bravo won in this category, I'm going to tell you the year.
Okay.
2008. It's not a housewife show. Can you guess?
Let me think. 2008. Okay, hold on. Let me get my brain back. What I was doing. I just had a baby. I also had cancer. I'm thinking it was Top Chef.
Kathy Griffin.
Oh.
My Life on the D-List.
Oh, that's funny.
Right?
Yeah, I'd forgotten about her show. All I remember is like she was trying to get like gastric bypass surgery and she put like weights in her pocket for a weigh-in or something like that.
Kathy Griffin?
Oh, maybe it was her husband at the time.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps when she was married to Waz.
No, another guy. She actually was married to that Apple guy, the Apple computer guy.
Perhaps they were just together for a long time.
Wow. A long time ago.
That's funny that you remember that. I think I've mentioned the thing that I remember the most is Kathy being like, I'm not rich because like I'm super famous. She's like, I'm rich because I say yes to every single job opportunity that comes my way. You want me to host your dog show? Yep, I'll be there if there's a check attached. Like for some reason that has stuck with me forever.
It's the Lisa Rinna. She went to I guess Lisa Rinna went to the school of Kathy Griffin.
Like
yes to everything.
I enjoy Kathy. I have seen her live. I find her amusing. She also, because, she was a tiny bit canceled, her most recent comedy special she put out for free on YouTube because she couldn't get anybody to pick it up.
Oh, gosh.
And it's good.
It was good?
I thought so.
Oh.
She comes for everybody. She's friends with Kim Kardashian. It's hilarious. There's nobody is safer on Kathy Griffin. I want to wrap this part of the discussion with noting the other nominated in this same category along with Summer House. America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders on Netflix.
Oh, boy.
Love on the Spectrum, also on Netflix. RuPaul's Drag Race Untucked.
I think that's like every year. Every year that I think that show gets nominated.
Uh-huh. And Welcome to Wrexham. Which I did not know that show was still on the air.
No, my husband watches it. He says it's really good.
I believe it. It's on FX and then airs on Hulu. And I got to tell you, if something's on Hulu, I don't watch it.
Why?
Because Hulu is the only streaming service I have that has commercials.
Girl, pay the extra $2.99 a month.
We have Hulu and Disney and we don't pay for them. Mm-hmm. And so there's no way to upgrade it. I'd have to like cancel our subscriptions. And then like, sometimes I'm like, well, that's too many steps.
Yeah, I hear you. I absolutely hear you. That's why I still pay for Massage Envy, and I haven't gone in 10 years.
Oh,
probably.
Do you really?
Yeah, and sometimes I think, would Megan call for me to cancel?
Yes. You're afraid to? You can't cancel online?
Nope.
I'll call.
I did call one time and she's like, oh, let me offer you like it was a hard sell of like, you're going to lose all these massages that you have banked, right?
Why don't you start going weekly?
Okay. So then I did. And I don't enjoy it.
Oh.
So, and I can't make that much time for myself. Going for a massage weekly feels very indulgent.
Yes, but if they're already I understand, but they're already paid for at this point.
I know. I just want to quit. So I need to quit. Yeah. Next time we get together, I'm going to have you call and pretend you're me and quit.
All right, let's get into this episode.
Caught in the Crossfire. Here is your synopsis. The crew heads to Connecticut for Lindsay and Kenny's Friendsgiving getaway. An unexpected comment from Whitney upsets the moms in the house. A revelation about Kyle's future sends Amanda over the edge.
We have a little bit of a wedding hangover in this episode, and everyone has to relitigate all of their past transgressions. Why do I find this show so annoying? I don't know. But Danielle's nervous because she and Lindsay got into it. Amanda, God, every time she speaks, I'm like, girlfriend's lying.
Right? That's how I feel too. Like she's like villain number one to me. I'm like, I don't care. I think you are a liar.
Yes. She's like, I was heartbroken to hear the group be so broken up about the state of my relationship. And I hope we can get back on track. God, stop it. No, you don't.
Out here side banging West at this point, maybe allegedly. I mean, I don't know the exact timeline, but something was going on.
Nick apparently had to talk Yvonne into going, but let's be serious. She was not going to miss the trip. Like, she's not going to miss 2 episodes worth of content on this show.
Yeah, I have questions. I wonder what sort of legal
obligation they have to be there.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Sure.
Do they have to be there? I know, like, if you purposely miss the reunion, I don't believe you are invited back to be on the show.
Oh. I mean, that would be a big deal.
I wonder what this is. If she's like, we're not going to go. I wonder if they have to sign something that says you have to be at all these events unless there's like some sort of, life or death situation that you can't attend.
Well, if you'll recall, in the Summer House reunion, Amanda claimed to have not seen and West. They're like, we haven't seen the whole season.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You need to be required to watch that stuff.
Well,
right?
yes, exactly. Because people were like, it's your job to show up at the reunion and be able to comment on what was on the show. You're not here to talk about your life. You're here to talk about the show. And so you're not doing your job by being like, yeah, I haven't watched it. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't like any of that.
Nope.
And also, look, Nick and Yvonne signed up to be on a reality TV show. There's no way they're going to be like, we're not going to get.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yvonne's storyline is hanging by a thread. She doesn't have one if she doesn't go on this. Here's what was interesting. They're like, Nick goes, if we get in a fight, we can just go back to our room and try. And then they cut to their confessional and he's like, and here we are. And Yvonne is so pregnant.
You know what? I didn't catch it. I did not catch it. I did not catch that. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch because I want to see, like, is she like fully pregnant? I know, like, I think last week I said, have you noticed, like, in some of her confessional, she's like, she's got pregnancy boobs, basically.
She like, looks very pregnant. And I'm almost certain that, like, in that same confessional look, you know, that that they're going to make a pregnancy announcement at some point, whether it's in the show or not. Because I think that's what he was like, a wink and a nod. And he's like, and here we are. And then she kind of looks at him, but obviously they can't say that they're pregnant now. Anyway.
I hate the whole, like, we're going to try.
Yeah, gross.
I hate, shut up. We're practicing. I just, like,
ew.
Guys, I need dudes to, like, and women.
Class it up.
Just take it out of your vocabulary. You don't need to be telling everybody. Right. Like, it's okay. I'm going to make a Love Island crossover here because you and I watch a lot of, Love Island. But recently, I guess Bryce and Trinity hooked up. And, like, the first thing she tells somebody the next day, we fucked. And I was like, God, can you be a little more, like, classy about it?
I know.
Just come on. Fucked is just a bridge too far for this 48-year-old. So
there's so many things, if you know, there's so many things on that show that I am like clutching my pearls about. We had a full off mic discussion about the bare asses at the family visit episode. Put some clothes on. Question. What'd you think about going paintballing?
Part of me likes that we get this kind of like chaotic situation. Like the cast is doing something together. However, it's so produced. Part of me likes the kitchen table fights.
Yes.
I guess. Which I hate to admit. I don't really want to watch these people. I barely watched this segment, to be honest, of the paintball fighting.
To me, this felt like a summer house party scene, right? Like they're just having a good time. It's the equivalent. I don't think it was all that compelling, but it was fun to watch for me.
Really?
Yes. Just because it's something a little bit different. This show, I don't think has really found its footing in terms of what it's supposed to be. And it's so produced. And I think that's just a product of when you have all these adults, like somebody said, like, this is the Valley in New York. And when you have all of these adults living in separate places, it has to be produced. Whereas like, it's not the real world where they're all in the same house and interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Incidentally, or even summer house where, when you have all these people in the same space, like content is going to create itself. Yes, there are produced moments, but it's not every scene needs to be set up and produced and sent a camera crew. And so we've gotten extremely produced on this show.
Yeah. Think about this season as a whole. It's always been like they're out at dinner and they're playing Jenga, or they're at that games place where they're playing like life-size beer pong. It's all these scenarios that they're setting up. Nobody wants to watch, Lindsay fold laundry or run errands to Target or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So they have to create these scenarios. I think they're boring. They're not reflective of real life, in my opinion. What I do like is consider like that lunch with Kenny and Kyle. Those are the scenes that I really like because I feel like those are genuine conversations that are happening.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Of course, Georgina was going to win both rounds because she was the last one picked and all that stuff. But I did enjoy Lindsay's
Strategy.
team picking skill strategy. That's the word I'm looking for. And picking all these people, like, keep your enemies closer.
Yeah, that's funny.
Kind of enjoyed it. And then when they were talking about like team names, I was like, duh, Minions is right there. Minions is right there. It is right there. They get there eventually, but low hanging fruit. It's a joke.
Yeah, it's great. All right, so we've got a lot of fights coming up. First, we're going to fight about rooms.
This is the most, I've watched a lot of Bravo. This is the most predictable fight. I saw it coming a mile away.
So whose side are you on?
I don't really have a side. I see merit in Georgina and Lindsay having the bigger room because they're moms. Mm-hmm. But I also actually, I guess I see Kenny's side too. It's a nice olive branch to give to Nick and Yvonne after their wedding dinner fiasco.
If this is you and you're Lindsay or Georgina, are you like digging in on a 3-night trip?
No, because I don't care. I'll sleep in a twin bed. I don't care.
I kind of felt like that too. I'm like, I don't really care.
I don't really care. But Lindsay did help set up the trip. So I do think there might be some merit.
I agree with that. That
getting first pick. Yeah.
Yeah. That the host of the trip. And then Whitney's argument was, well, so did Kenny. And Kenny wanted to. It's just dumb. Like I just was like, oh my God, this is so dumb. Like it's dumb for Lindsay and Georgina to dig in, but it's also dumb for Whitney to be like, this is the hill I'm going to die on.
Whitney. I have so many thoughts about Whitney in this episode.
Ooh.
I liked that Yvonne was like, whatever, we're cool. Like she just picked a room and she was like, this is fine. Like she wasn't really
wasn't engaging. She had her own fish to fry.
Exactly. But it circles back to, I think they were hoping, do you think they were hoping maybe like Kenny and Lindsay would get into it again over this?
Oh, undo the goodwill that has been done by the past couple episodes, perhaps. That's interesting because Kenny and Lindsay have come to an understanding. They seem to be cordial and friendly to each other. They still like shoot zingers every once in a while, but it seems more good natured than mean spirited. And maybe Whitney's like, well, I don't like this at all. Like, I would rather you two be enemies because Lindsay is a threat, perhaps.
To Whitney?
Strong single female energy in the room.
Yeah.
Matches her boyfriend's energy.
I mean, I said it last week, right?
No. Playing on the same level.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I just saw this. We're going to take a little pause. I just saw Lindsay was recently in the audience for Watch What Happens Live. I can't remember who the guest was, but Andy directs a question to Lindsay about rumors of who she is dating. And I have to look him up. Hang on a second. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. His name is Matt James. He is an American TV personality, businessman, former NCAA football player. James is best known for being the first black male lead on The Bachelor in season 25.
Oh, I like that for her.
I kind of like it too.
I like the reality TV background too, because obviously that was such a point of contention in her last relationship.
Exactly. Like he
gets it.
Where he gets it. He's 34. I don't know how old Lindsay is.
I think she's 40.
So I'm just scrolling through Wikipedia. He was
39.
Okay. He was with the woman he chose on The Bachelor for 4 years before they ended their relationship in 2025. He's also a marathon runner.
Okay.
I wonder if he lives in New York. I don't know where he lives. Anyway, she PR'd it. She PR'd her answer. You know what I mean? She didn't like confirm or deny, but kind of a wink and a nod a little bit. I kind of love this. Maybe we're going to get this guy on the next season. Maybe we'll see him on Summer House. Maybe we'll see him in the city next season. Okay, let's go back. Can we talk about Kyle's TMI?
Ripping his butt open.
You know, it made me wonder. I was like, why are you taking Metamucil like this unless you're like historically constipated, or are you on a GLP-1?
But why would Kyle need to be on a GLP-1?
The man is very interested in fitness. Like he's ripped he's pretty ripped. Like he's pretty fit. So maybe he's just like microdosing or something, you know, just to stay, because, you know, he knew his single days were going to.
Oh my, allegedly. It's so interesting to me that like we needed to share this entire story and then we need a full scene of Kyle gingerly lowering himself into the Epsom salt bath water so he can soak his aching booty.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah, I wonder if
It did make me laugh.
It did make me laugh too. But part of me is like, there's no story here with this show, and this is what they have to air.
Did Andrea need to stand there for so long in his like European cut Calvin Klein undies?
With his like wang?
Oh my God. Like right in Lexi's face. I'd be like, push that thing away. God.
They just want to show like how beautiful Andrea is. Like the man's body is spectacular, but Andrea did get on my last nerve in this episode. So,
well, before we get into fights 3 and 4, why don't we take a quick break and we will come right back.
we get a scene with Whitney and Lexi, and the claim is back to the primary bedroom and Georgina and Lindsay deserving that bedroom because they're moms, right? Mm-hmm. And Whitney confesses to Lexi, basically she's had it. She's tired of this narrative that, you know, single mom this, single mom that, not even about Georgina, but mostly about Lindsay. And then we see these kind of flashback scenes of her saying, like, Lindsay saying, I don't have a ton of time because I'm a busy mom and I'm going through litigation and blah, 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 whatever. And so I'm curious of your thoughts about Whitney's claim that Lindsay leans too hard into the single mom of it all.
I think there's a difference between playing the single mom card and actually being a single mom. Whitney tries to say, like, Lindsay doesn't have as hard as some single moms. She has a nanny. She is financially able to afford help and all of these things. I don't think that changes the fact that she is a single mom. She does seem to have a legally contentious relationship with her ex. Parenting is hard, even if you have a partner. I just think Whitney doesn't want to accept the reality that life does change when you have children. I don't think somebody without children, and I don't mean to say like somebody without children isn't busy and can't understand that. What I mean to say is I don't think people without children can understand the level to which having children, especially small children, consumes every minute of your day. Mm-hmm. You cannot exist without accounting for them. I can understand, because Yvonne kind of makes the same point too about like ever since Lindsay became a mom, I find her annoying and she finds me annoying too. I think this is like a classic struggle between like people who have children and people who do not. They can't really understand each other's lives anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't think one's more valuable than the other. I don't think you can claim that like one's necessarily harder, but it is different. And Whitney's just kind of, I don't know. I just think Whitney doesn't like Lindsay and she's looking for something to dig at. And I do appreciate that Lexi's like, I'm not sure that she really does that.
I appreciate that too. You know, I was worried about Lexi on this show, and I'll stand firm that I don't think she's like super dynamic, but she does get in these moments, and I think she does say the right thing and do the right thing.
Yes.
That either like progresses the story or pushes back against whatever narrative is being told there. So I think she's doing a good job, actually.
And she goes to Lindsay to be like, yo, this is what's happening, just FYI.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Do you think she's progressing the story here? Like, or do you think she's doing it as being a good friend? Who knows, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is it produced? Is it production being like, yo, go tell Lindsay?
Maybe.
Otherwise, Lindsay never finds out.
Right.
Or is she just trying to be like, hey, I don't want you to think we were talking behind your back. This is what Whitney thinks.
Yeah. Let's move on to Yvonne and Lindsay.
Okay.
This is one of those scenes where I just feel like Lindsay wants to be right. Now, I'm on Lindsay's side. Let me say that. But when she digs into calling it a civil ceremony celebration more than once, I was like, this is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Do you think at this point you just like take the L and be like, look, I'm sorry that I wasn't the friend you wanted me to be in that moment?
I mean, maybe, but I do think that Yvonne was asking for too much.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I mean, that dinner, she really wanted it to be about them. And we talked about that last week. Like, what does that look like? The entire dinner, we're talking about like how wonderful Nick and Yvonne are. Come on, that's not like realistic, right?
Yes.
And then I think she wanted Lindsay to kind of save the day to shut everything down. But Lindsay was like in the mix, you know?
It's Lindsay's show. Like, this is one of those moments I'm like, you need to acknowledge what you're doing here. You had this dinner because you're on a reality TV show. Like, you would never have had this like wedding dinner. There would have been no reason. You did it for show content. It's Lindsay's show. Lindsay is at the center of all of these conflicts, and people are pointing conflict at her. Like, she wasn't necessarily seeking it out. Lindsay wasn't the one who was like, let's talk about the person in the pink dress. Yvonne was. Mm-hmm. That started that fight. Gavin was the one who was like, let's talk about Kyle and Amanda. Like, I just think putting all of the blame on Lindsay because you're my best friend, so you should have been the one to tell everyone to shut up, wasn't fair. And if you watch that episode, at several points in the episode, someone, Nick, Yvonne, Lindsay, they say like, hey, let's call it and just like enjoy the night. But someone in the room, and it's not Lindsay every single time, restarts, like can't let it go and needs to dig back in. I think Yvonne was in the wrong. If I were Lindsay, you know how much I hate conflict. I'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry. But I do kind of also appreciate Lindsay being like, this was not your wedding. And to call it that is a little bit of a mischaracterization.
I think so too. Do you think that these two can move on from this?
I mean, if Yvonne wants to be on the show, but I do think the cracks in their relationship are showing. Like Yvonne says, we both find each other annoying now. What will that change when Yvonne has a baby and she's in mom life?
I'm sure it will.
And she's like, oh, this baby consumes my whole life now.
It's going to be like, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
I get it.
You know, and they've been friends for a long time, and they probably have like a very sister rapport in terms like they fight and then they make up and fight and make up, you know, like really good friends do over time. So not that we do that. We don't do that, right?
I don't know. Are you just like annoyed with me for a couple days and then get over it?
What if we had a reality TV show? Would our
so
talking
boring.
heads be like, oh my God, you're right. It would be so boring. It would be so boring. Nobody would want to watch us. You're right. Maybe we should start a behind the scenes YouTube video of our days as podcasters. Nobody watches YouTube anymore, right?
Oh, people watch YouTube. You know that you could also put the same content on TikTok.
I know. And I won't. Okay, let's move on.
I was really excited for your future TikTok career. I've been thinking about it a lot. I think you should do it.
Okay. You guys, if you want more information, come over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Megan and Wendy. Did we talk about it over there? We did, right?
Yes, in our recent Pop Culture Club episode.
Pop Culture Club goes off the rails.
Yes, I titled it Pop Culture Club Plus.
Plus.
Okay, it's time for a dinner table fight.
This, to me, the most entertaining part of the episode.
Yeah.
And I'm Team Kyle. I'm Team Kyle all the freaking way. Why are you gasping?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm gasping because I don't think I disagree with you. But he does get like so activated.
He does. Well, okay. I have some questions for you. But, you know, the dinner starts sweetly. I do love how we see this kind of behind the scenes, how the sausage is made picture with the entire crew.
Yes, I loved that. Breaking the fourth wall a little bit.
I think in my mind, I only pictured like a producer and like one camera guy. I didn't realize it was like 12 other people.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't know if I could act normal in front of all that.
Yeah, after 10 years, you probably could, but I think it would be challenging at first.
Super challenging. I don't know if I could have like a one-on-one private conversation with 14 other people standing around. Mm-hmm. But I guess they're not engaging. So I don't know, maybe. Anyway, I loved that little behind the scenes photo there. I thought that was very cute. Baby Gemma comes up. We haven't seen baby Gemma in a minute.
Nope.
I laughed out loud because the crew makes a toast to Gemma's first steps. And I think it's Yvonne who says, I think she said, that's a huge accomplishment. And I was like, I think it's a milestone, not an accomplishment. It just was weird to me.
Yeah, Danielle says like, oh, that's really special. Like they're all kind of trying to cater to Lindsay's feelings because Lindsay is stung in this moment because she's had the single mom card accusation flung at her. And so she's a little bit reluctant to celebrate Gemma in this moment. So they're all kind of trying to like treat her, it seems like, with kid gloves at this moment.
Yeah, maybe.
They're all like, that's so special. And he's like, yeah.
Do you think that Yvonne and who else? Whitney are like, who cares?
They probably are like, here we go again. First topic out of the gate, Lindsay and her mom life.
Fuck that. It's Lindsay's show, right?
Seriously. In a move that is shocking to absolutely no one who's been watching this show, Gavin instigates the biggest drama of the evening, which is, let's toast to Kyle's DJ career popping off.
What are your thoughts in this moment?
Amanda is like, what? And to that I say, bitch, you moved out. You do not get to be privy to the day-to-day details of Kyle's life and business dealings.
Yeah, I thought her, and I think it's in the talking head. I can't exactly remember. No, she might have said, I don't remember, but she was like, he's moving on with his life without me. Or he's making decisions about his future without me. You moved out without telling him. You signed a lease.
Yep.
Without telling him.
Yep.
So, why should he tell you what he's doing in terms of making money, in terms of a career? Mm-hmm. I don't get it. She cannot have it both ways.
Her argument is like, he's not taking the steps I need him to take to get the relationship back. But once again, we've said this 100 times. Your point is Amanda doesn't want to be the one to end the relationship. So she's just adding fuel to the fire that like, I think she wants to make Kyle the enemy as much as she possibly can, because if she is the one who's forced to end it, she wants people to be like, yeah, that was the right choice. Mm-hmm. She just wants to win.
What I hate in this is Danielle says, what pisses me off? I'm like, it shouldn't piss you off. Like,
yeah, she tries to like come to Amanda's defense. I'm like, since when are you team Amanda?
Well, and your feelings don't matter in this situation, in my opinion.
Yeah, they do all start like piling on, guys versus girls. Like the girls are coming to Amanda's defense and the guys are coming to Kyle's defense. And I'm like, well, this isn't really helpful.
I hated all of that, but I did think it was really funny watching it in the lens of how things have swung the other way.
Oh, yes.
Where
Lindsay's not team Amanda anymore.
Exactly. Even Danielle, I don't believe. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel really bad here for Kyle because I felt like they were just piling it on him. And I think it's unfair. The man has to make an income.
Yep.
This is what he likes to do. He has a failing business that he's trying to save, basically. With Loverboy, right?
And he's actually doing it. Like he got an agent who is getting him these jobs. Why are we not celebrating that?
Is Gavin wrong here for bringing this conversation to the dinner table? Maybe. I feel like he certainly stirs the pot a lot and launches these bombs and just watches it, implode around him.
I would say in a vacuum, he's not wrong. Only in the context of the entire season is that has been his MO. But it is entirely possible that he didn't know that Amanda didn't know that information.
Yeah. And we see Lindsay say like, oh, Kyle never tells her these things in private. Like this is the first time she's heard of it, this decision, right? And she's upset about it. I just think I don't have any empathy for her. I don't have any empathy for her.
It's just a throwback to that big summer house fight that Lindsay instigated.
Yes, at the dinner
And it was
table.
about the exact same thing, about his DJ career. And so, she's like, Kyle, never. And I'm like, never? Or this is just a second time repeating the same behavior? Owen says, like, sounds like they're done. Like, he's like, this is exactly what my marriage looked like, which I don't think is really helpful.
No.
And then Andrea has to dig in and he's like, as a married man. And then that's when Kyle loses his you-know-what.
Now, I want to ask you, does Kyle seem drunk to you here?
Kyle always seems drunk to me.
Yeah, I know that's like one of your things you dislike about him.
I don't think Kyle would be yelling like this if he hadn't been drinking.
Okay. I mean, I
Does
obviously
he seem drunk to you?
I don't know. I mean, he has lover boys in his hand. I'm sure they've been drinking. And at some point, the way that his words are coming out, the cadence sounds like he could be a little shit-faced. But I don't blame him. They were piling it on him.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit misdirected because they're making a correlation between Kyle's going to DJ, Kyle's going to stay out late, Kyle's going to misbehave. When all we know is Kyle's going to DJ. And I understand that those things are all correlated in their minds, and maybe they are, but Kyle getting a job is not a negative thing.
What if Kyle was delivering pizzas at night, right? As a job? Would Amanda be pissed that he wasn't around? You know, that he's out
Driving DoorDash.
Yeah, exactly. The hill I'm going to die on is one that Amanda wants Kyle to end this marriage.
I agree with you. I think you're 100% correct. And Amanda has used this season of In the City to try and paint herself as the victim in every single episode.
Completely.
Like she wants this to be her story.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the facts are what they are. They have already been revealed. And so I feel the tiniest bit, maybe 10% bad that I don't support her. Like, she's clearly having what looks like a panic attack in this moment and needs to step away from the table. Like, mental health wise, I care about this person. Like, this is terrible, but I think it's so much more complicated than that. I think, in my opinion, there was something probably already going on with West, and then on top of all this, and maybe it was guilt and whatever. And that's why she needs to step away from the table. It's not just because Kyle's mistreating her.
Yeah, I feel the same way as you do. When I go in on Amanda, I do feel a little bit badly that I'm not supporting her. Unfortunately, we do know what we know. Like, we can't go back and watch this season without knowing how things roll out. And so it's impossible to watch it without the lens of hindsight. I may have felt differently had her and Kyle's relationship ended and she did not immediately jump into a relationship with West. Truly, if she were dating anybody else, I don't think there would be even a discussion.
Yeah.
Be like, great. You're separated. You're getting divorced. Go date. Have a good time. Like, I don't think that would even, it would be a conversation, but it wouldn't register, obviously, in the way that the West scandal has.
So how does the accusations that Kyle has cheated on her land for you, knowing that Amanda was messing around with West?
Well, that's a good question, because at the end of the episode, Kenny, is it Gavin or Kenny who's getting into it with Lindsay?
I can't recall.
It doesn't matter. Lindsay's like, he cheated on her multiple times. And they're like, multiple times, Lindsay? Because I think it's only been confirmed like one time officially, right? Mm-hmm. And she says, he's cheated on her multiple times. We just don't talk about those. I don't know. I don't know if this is Lindsay just trying to be a good friend to Amanda and defend her actions. Like saying she's justified in feeling this way because Kyle has misbehaved. Mm-hmm. Or if it's true. Why would Lindsay say it if it's not true?
I don't know. But part of me, if Kyle had stepped out on their marriage multiple times and it was confirmed, is that on Amanda for staying?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it is. Like, I'm not going to blame Amanda for sticking around in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But I do wish that Amanda just had the balls to pull the plug.
Yeah, same.
Instead of trying to worry about how she looks in it. Because if all of these things are true that Amanda claims, then she's fully justified in ending the relationship.
Exactly. I really hope we get some sort. Oh, and I think we do, because I think I saw in the preview, we see Amanda sitting down with Kyle and she says, maybe you, me, West, and Sally, we'll talk about Sally in a second, can all go out to dinner. So I think we get maybe a where are they now sort of speed up. That's what I think is going to happen. I think dinners, or I think this Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving away will end, and then we'll get like a 4 months later pick up to end the episode next week.
As you mentioned, next week is the finale.
Right.
Followed by 2 reunion episodes.
Now, do you know who Sally is?
I don't.
Sally is a participant on Southern Charm. She is on the Southern Charm show. And there have been photos of Sally and Kyle hanging out.
Good for Kyle.
Yeah, I just think it's so silly that Amanda's like, oh, well, maybe the 4 of us can go out.
No, don't do that.
I think that's a dig at Kyle for dating someone on another show.
Yeah. Sorry, Amanda, you're not going to make him look worse.
Yeah,
You've lost the battle of the reputations. Well, hey, thank you for listening to this episode of Last to the Party. If you love this podcast, tell a friend. Share it on social media. Write a review on Apple Podcasts. Let people know you love listening to us talk about Bravo and In the City. And we'll be back next week to talk about the season finale of In the City. Goodbye.
Bye.